Harley Davidson Sportster 883 Iron, 2015 to 2021, Review. Good entry-level cruiser. Sorry haters, but the Harley Davidson Sportster 883 Iron is a good bike for an entry-level cruiser. Those last 5 words are key. Compared to another entry-level middleweight, say a Yamaha MT-07, the Harley Iron 833 looks all kinds of bad, especially if you only refer to the spec sheet. But compared to other entry-level cruisers, it's a no-nonsense, no-gimmicks fun machine. It's also not trying to be a Harley Davidson, like the Honda CMX 500 Rebel or Kawasaki Vulcan 650 for instance, which counts for a lot. Ride quality and brakes. For 2015, Harley Davidson put the entire Sportster platform through Project Rushmore. There were a few outcomes, but the biggest for the Iron 883 was brand new suspension and much better brakes. They're not labeled up, but they're from proper named brands. The suspension comes from Showa and the brakes are from Brembo. The result is a much improved ride all round. The forks are now much more progressive and no longer crash over bumps, although they're fairly short travel, 92mm, so braking into a pothole still sucks. Engine. The engine in the Harley Iron 883 is both its biggest asset and its biggest weakness. It's a proper Harley motor, so it's a 45-degree air-cooled, pushrod-operated, V-twin just like most other Harleys have been since 1912. That means it sounds nice and rumbles around just like it should, unlike the water-cooled Street 750 and Street Rod. However, it means it doesn't create a great deal of power or torque, just 51.2 brake horsepower and 50.2 FTLB respectively. To give it a decent bit of go, it's got a fairly low first few gears. However, it's also only got a 5-speed gearbox and a clunky one at that. Reliability and build quality. The air-cooled Evolution motor in the Sportster range has been around so long now that all the major kinks have been ironed out. The only potential nasty that remains is the spring plate in the clutch, which is known to fail and can be an expensive fix. It's much cheaper and easier to just swap in a couple of extra clutch plates beforehand to stop it going wrong. Oil weeps from the rocker boxes aren't unheard of, but it's a cheap and easy fix. Apart from that, it's just a case of swapping the oil every 5,000 miles. Value versus rivals. The purchase price of an Iron 883 is similar to the big rivals, namely the Indian Scout Bobber and the Triumph Bonneville T100, although they do come with more stuff as standard. Where the Iron 883 really comes into its own is 5 years down the line. Equipment. In terms of rider aids, a Sportster 883 Iron is basic. You get twin-channel ABS and that's it. However, there's a lot more going on underneath. For a start, the ABS runs off the wheel bearings, so there's no ugly sensor ring bolted to the wheels. Then there's a fully keyless ignition with a fob that requires one button to turn it on and go. The keyless ignition also includes a movement alarm with a bloody loud siren and immobilizer. Specs. Engine size 883 cubic centimeters. Engine type air-cooled Evolution V-twin. Frame type tubular steel cradle. Fuel capacity 12.5 liters. Seat height 760 millimeters. Bike weight 256 kilograms. Front suspension telescopic fork. Rear suspension twin shock, non-adjustable. Front brake dual-piston single disc. Rear brake dual-piston single disc. Front tire size 100/9019. Rear tire size 150/8016. MPG, costs and insurance. Average fuel consumption 49 miles per gallon. Annual road tax £101. Annual service cost £210. New price. Used price £6,400 to £10,000. Insurance group. How much to insure? Warranty term 2 years. Top speed and performance. Max power 51 brake horsepower. Max torque 50.2 FTLB. Top speed. A quarter mile acceleration. Tank range 135 miles.